Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the dynamics of electrical drive systems. In this lecture, I will derive fundamental torque equations of the motor load system which are utilized in electrical drive. And through that fundamental torque equations, later we will analyze the various dynamic characteristics of the electrical drive. In previous lecture, you have studied about block diagram of electrical drive systems. Electrical drive system has six major components. That components are source, source is connected to the power modulator. Source is connected to power modulator, and power modulator is connected with motor or electrical motor, and this electrical motor is connected with the load through some transmission system. This is the forward path, or you can say forward blocks of electrical drive systems. In addition to this, there are two more blocks in feedback path. One block is sensor. Sensor is used to sense the deviations of motor output from the desired output. And from this deviation, sensor generates a signal which is transmitted to the control unit of electrical drive systems. And according to the signal which is received from the sensor, control unit will generate next signal which is transmitted to the power modulator. And power modulator modulate power according to the signal which is received from the control unit and modulate the power accordingly. And this modulated power is received by electrical motor to control the motion of the load. So this is the block diagram of electrical drive systems, which you have studied. In previous lecture, I have discussed about this block diagram and various components of electrical drive systems. In today's discussion, I will consider two components of electrical drive systems. One is motor and another one is the load. Motor and load. Motor and load connected through some transmission system. Motor and load connected through some transmission system. And you must note at this point, you must note motor motion will be rotatory, but it is not essential that load motion will also be rotatory. Load may rotate or load may make translatory motions according to the work output or according to the purpose for which these drive systems have been designed. In various cases, there are several types of applications. Load has various components. In that case, some component may be in translatory motion and other components may be in rotatory motion. So there is no any hard and fast rule for load motions. Load can be in translatory motion and load can be in rotatory motions. In derivations of fundamental torque equation, I am going to use some notations which I will use in the derivations of fundamental torque equations. Here J is the moment of inertia of motor load systems. Omega m is the angular speed of rotor in radian per second, and T is the torque which is developed by the motor in Newton meter, and TL is the torque which existing due to the load. The other point which is worth mentioning to note at this point is the direction of the torque which is developed by the motor and the torque which is existing due to the load must be in opposite direction. Indeed, motor torque is developed to counterbalance this load torque. This load torque may exist due to gravitation, or you can say due to the gravity of the load system, and it can be due to friction and windage force. And there are numbers of factors which causes this load torque, and motor has to counterbalance this torque. So these two torques are in opposite direction. So net torque in motor load system will always be T minus TL. You must remember this expression T minus TL. T minus TL is the net torque which existing in drive system to drive the load. Now, according to Newton's second law of motion, the force is, you know, from the basic of science, force is mass into acceleration, or you can say force is a rate of change of linear momentum. Linear momentum is mass into velocity. So whenever force is applied on any body or any system, then there will be acceleration on that system, or you can say there will be a change of a linear momentum of that system. This is the Newton's second law. And this is for the translatory motion. In case of rotatory motion, this force is replaced by torque, and this will be equal to d by dt, and mass is replaced by moment of inertia, and velocity is replaced by angular velocity. So for the rotatory motion, what will be the role of the torque? When torque experienced or torque exerted on any system, then what will happen? Its angular momentum, this product J into omega is the angular moment. The angular moment of the system will change, and this rate of change of angular momentum will be the net torque of the system. So here in this drive system, or you can say in motor load system, the net torque is this, which is applied on the drive system, and according to Newton's second law of motion, this net torque must be equal to the rate of change of angular momentum. So this expression I have considered from Newton's second law of motion. This is from basics of physics, or you can say basics of mechanics. And now from the principle or simple principles of differentiation, how will you differentiate product of two quantity? You have to differentiate one quantity first, and other quantity considered as constant. Then you will differentiate the first quantity, and second quantity will be constant. So this is the fundamental principles of the differentiation if you are going to differentiate product of two quantities. So by using that principle, you can get the result of this differentiations. So this is just by applying fundamental principle of the differentiation. In this way, you can achieve, you can get the fundamental torque equations for the motor drive systems. So this equation 1 is the fundamental torque equations for electrical drive system. But you must remember, this term will exist when J is not constant. When J is not constant. When J will be constant, then this term will become equal to this dJ by dt become equal to 0. So in conclusion, you can say the equation 1 is true or valid only for the system which moment of inertia or J is variable, or this expression is valid only when this term will not equal to 0. And this is possible or suitable, applicable only when your drives is variable inertia drives. Means there are various drive systems in control engineering, or you can say in automation, that has variable moment of inertia. For example, mine winders. This is just one pictures of the mine winders. These mine winder systems can be used in lift system also. When this string wrapped around the slot of the system, then obviously its mass will change. And due to change of the mass, its moment of inertia will change. What is moment of inertia? Moment of inertia is just J is mass into radius of gyration, square of radius of gyration. So as the mass will change, this is square of the radius of gyration. As the mass of the system will change, obviously its moment of inertia will change. So in this case, you can see, you can analyze in mine winder system, the moment of inertia J is a function of time. As the time will change, its mass of the system will change due to this string. And so J will change and you will get the value of dJ by dt. Similarly, in industry, reel drives are used. In the same way, when reel or strings are wrapped around this slot, obviously its mass will change with the time, and consequently, moment of inertia will change. And so you will get the value of dJ by dt. So there are numbers of drive system in automation or industrial engineering where moment of inertia does not constant. And for that system, the equation 1 is true. So in conclusion, you can say the equation 1 is true only for variable drive system. But what will happen when your moment of inertia is constant? It is not changing. If it is not changing with respect to time, under that condition, this term will become equal to 0. This term become equal to 0. And for constant drive system, constant inertia drive system, the net torque will be T minus TL, which will be equal to J d omega m by dt. So for constant inertia drive, the net torque will be this. Again, you must note at this point that the RHS of this expression, right hand side of this expression, what you are analyzing, that if left hand side is torque, obviously right hand side will also be a torque. But this torque will exist only when there is change in the angular speed. Means this will exist only when omega m is not constant. Omega m is not constant. Omega m is variable. So for the existence of right hand side expression, or you can say the right hand side expression will exist only when your speed of the drive system is variable. Otherwise, the right hand side term will become equal to 0. So this torque is dependent on the speed variations or speed of the drive system changes usually under the conditions of transient, or you can say in conditions of in dynamic condition. What is transient condition? Starting condition. When motor will start. Before achieving its steady state speed, the motor speed is variable. Here omega m is will not be constant at the time of starting, at the time of braking. So the condition of starting and braking of the system, when you will start the system and you will apply brake on the system, the speed or angular speeds of the motor will be dependent on the will be a function of time. As the time will change, omega m will change during the dynamic condition, or you can say in transient condition. That is why this term is called dynamic torque. This torque is called dynamic torque. So the torque developed by the motor is used to counterbalance two torque. One torque is load torque, and this load torque may exist due to the force of gravity. In lift system, you will see, later you will see, and the load torque is developed due to the gravity, and there are numbers of cause for which this torque develops in the system, and you will also read about this in next lecture. So there are numbers of factors. The load torque is developed. So this motor torque is developed to counterbalance this load torque, and also the torque which is developed due to dynamic conditions of the system, or the torque which is developed in the transient condition of the system. So this motor torque developed will be equal to the load torque plus dynamic torques of electrical drive system. This term is basically angular acceleration. This term is basically angular acceleration or rate of change of angular velocity. And if this term is zero, already J is the positive quantity. J is moment of inertia, which is a positive quantity. So positive into positive will be positive. So this term become greater than zero. And this condition is called accelerating mode of the drive. In this condition, kinetic energy is stored in the system. And when the angular acceleration, the value of alpha is less than zero, then the T minus TL will also be less than zero. And this condition is called retarding mode of the drive. In this condition, the stored kinetic energy, which is stored in accelerating mode, in this condition, that stored kinetic energy will be released or converted in some other form. So there are two modes in the drive system. At this stage, you can say drives can be in accelerating mode and drives can be in retarding mode, depending upon the value of alpha. So this is all about the dynamics of the electrical drive system, or no, not all about the dynamics of the electrical drive system. This is all about the fundamental torque equations of the electrical drive system. And this torque equation will be utilized to analyze the dynamic characteristics of electrical drive systems. Later, we will discuss various dynamic characteristics of the drive system. And in that study, we will use these fundamental equations, torque equations of motor load systems. Next, I am going to discuss about what are the various mode of operation of the electrical drive system, and what are the different quadrant in which you can utilize your electrical drive system. But before understanding the multi-quadrant operation of the electrical drive system, you must know about the sign convention of the speed and sign convention of the torque that I am going to utilize in explaining multi-quadrant operations of the electrical drive system, when you will consider the speed positive and when you will consider torque positive. So sign convention is the important to understand multi-quadrant operations of electrical drive systems. And another point you must note here, the term forward. The term forward indicate positive speed, and the term reverse indicate negative speed. So here I will use two terms. One is forward and another one is reverse. When I will use forward term, it means I am stating the speed is positive. And when I will use reverse, it means I am trying to say, I am trying to indicate the speed is negative. So when your speed will be forward or positive, there are three conditions in which you have to consider the speed is positive. If drive rotates in only one direction, suppose in case of motor, in case of a fan system has only one direction. Fan is rotating only in one direction. So that type of system, drive system, which has only one direction, for that system, its normal speed or normal direction will be considered as the forward direction or positive speed. If your drive is reversible, then when you will consider speed positive or forward, it is depends on you. You have opportunity, you have option to consider any direction as the forward speed, and consequently opposite to that direction will be the reverse speed. So these 2 points for the rotatory motions. But this third point is very important, and this term, this convention is basically utilized in lift systems. When you will consider motor speed is positive in lift system, because in lift system, the load does not have rotatory motion. Loads has translatory motion. Load motion is up and down, and motor motion is rotatory motion. So under what condition you will consider motor speed is positive? So that direction of motor, that direction of speed will be considered positive, for which the load will move upward direction. Suppose rotor rotates in anti-clockwise direction, and due to this direction, the load is going toward upward direction, then anti-clockwise direction will be positive. So whatever will be the directions of the motor, the direction of a speed, or you can say its positive or negative value, is dependent on the direction of the load. If load motion is upward, then that direction of a speed for which load motion is in upward direction will be positive. So you must remember this point. And for sign convention of torque, it is very simple. If torque produces positive acceleration in the system, if torque produces acceleration in the system, then that torque will be a positive torque. And if torque produces retardation in the system, then that torque will be negative. And you must note this point. I will use this to discuss lift operation in 4-quadrant mode. If lift or cage of the lift will be in upward direction, then that speed of the motor, I will take that speed as positive speed. So these are the convention of speed and torque. Now, what are the various operating mode of electrical drive system, or you can say, what are the various quadrant in which your electrical drive systems can be operated? So basically, there are 2 modes of the drive system. Basically, there are 2 modes of the drive system. One is motoring mode. One is motoring mode. And another mode of operation of electrical drive system is braking mode. This is fundamental categories, you can say, for which you can operate your drive system. One will be motoring and another one will be braking mode. What is the meaning of motoring mode? Motoring mode means, in this case, the machine develop mechanical power. In this case, the develop mechanical power will be positive, or motor or machine which is utilized in drive system will act as motor. Means in this case, electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. Electrical energy, in this case, electrical energy will be converted into mechanical energy. And the second mode of operation is braking mode. What will happen in braking mode? In braking mode, the electrical machine which is utilized in drive system will act as a generator. Will act as a generator. Act as a generator means in this case the mechanical power developed. In this case, mechanical power developed will be negative, or you can say the machine will not develop mechanical power, but it will take mechanical power. Or you can say, in this case, mechanical energy. In this case, mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Electrical energy. This is braking mode. When your mechanical energy is converting into electrical energy, obviously the speeds of the motor will be slowed down. And that condition of the slowdown is termed as braking. So basically the sign of mechanical power developed will decide the mode of the operation of the electrical drive system. So there are four modes in which you can utilize your drive system. This is four quadrant, this is first quadrant, this one is the first quadrant. In this quadrant, what you are observing here in first quadrant, this is the first quadrant, and in this quadrant speed is positive. Positive speed means forward speed. You must remember this word forward. And torque is also positive. Torque is also positive. Torque is also positive. So the term omega m, so the term omega m into T. So the term omega m into T, because both the quantity are positive, so this term will be greater than 0. And what is omega m into T? Omega m into T is the mechanical power. Omega m is the mechanical power. Omega m into T is the mechanical power. So in this case, mechanical power will be greater than 0. So mechanical power greater than 0 indicates this mode of operation is motoring mode, because in this case, PM is greater than 0. It means mechanical power is developed. It means your electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy in this case. So PM greater than 0 indicate PM greater than 0 indicate motoring mode. And since in this mode speed is positive, so this is given by the term forward. So completely you can say this is forward motoring mode of the electrical drive system. So in first quadrant, electrical drive system will be used as forward motoring. Means in this mode, it will act as a machine will act as motor. So this is about the first quadrant operation of electrical drive system. In third quadrant again, in third quadrant you can see the torque is negative and speed is also negative. Torque is negative and speed is also negative. So negative speed is indicated here by the term reverse. That is why here reverse word is used, because in this quadrant speed is negative. And now why it is motoring mode? Because the torque and speed both are the negative. It means the product of these two terms omega m into T. Since these two terms are negative, so this product will be greater than 0. And what is this product? This product is PM. So again, in this quadrant, PM is greater than 0, means in this quadrant, mechanical power is developed. And whenever mechanical power develops, the mode of operation will be motoring mode. So that is why the word motoring comes here. So completely you can say in first quadrant, motor operation is forward motoring mode. And in third quadrant, motor operation will also will be reverse motoring mode. Similarly, you can explain its mode of operation in quadrant 2 and quadrant 4. What is quadrant 2? Here you can say in quadrant 2, the speed is positive. That is why word forward is existing here. But the torque is negative. So the product omega m. So the product omega m into t. One term is positive and another term is negative. So this product will be negative. And this product is Pm. So Pm in this case will be negative. And Pm negative indicates braking mode. That is why braking comes here. Means in this case, mechanical power is not developed. In reality, your mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. So speed will slow down in this quadrant. And speed slow down indicates braking. So that is why this is called forward braking mode. So the word forward is due to positive speed in this case, and braking is due to negative value of Pm. Similarly, in fourth quadrant, you can say speed is negative. In fourth quadrant, you can say speed is negative. That is why the word is reverse here. And again, speed is negative and torque is positive. So the product omega m into t will be negative. Or you can say Pm is less than 0. Again, in this mode, mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. So speed will be slowed down. So this mode of operation is braking mode. So overall, you can say your electrical drive system can be utilized in 4 modes. One, in forward motoring mode. In this mode, speed will be positive, speed will be forward, and the mechanical power will be developed. In quadrant 2, the speed is positive, so it is forward mode, but mechanical power developed is negative, so it is forward braking. It is forward braking. In quadrant 3rd, again, speed is negative. Speed is negative, and torque is also negative. Torque is also negative. So the product omega m into t will be positive. So that is why this is motoring mode, but speed is negative. So this is reverse motoring mode. And similarly, in fourth quadrant, you can see the speed is negative. So this mode is also reverse mode because the speed is negative. And again, in this mode, mechanical power developed is less than 0. So it is braking mode. So in this way, there are 4 modes of operation of electrical drive system. One is forward motoring, another one is reverse motoring, third one is forward braking, and fourth one is reverse braking. So this is all about the 4 quadrant operation of the electrical drive system. In next lecture, I will consider one example of a lift system. And from that example, I will try to discuss about these mode of the operations of electrical drive system. So this is all about dynamics of, not dynamics of, but this is all about the fundamental torque equations of the electrical drive systems and mode of the operation of the electrical drive system. In next lecture, I will cover one example on this 4 mode, in these 4 mode of the operations of the electrical drive system, and the various types of the torque, load torque, which are existing in electrical drive system, or you can say the various causes of the load torque, or you can say various causes due to which load torques are existing in the electrical drive system. So thank you all.